What's going down, everybody? Yeah, I agree with the people in the chat. Whoever is curating uh, these new live MEC session playlists really has a good ear because I've been a fan of all of these beats, but some people added some new ones recently, so the playlist has been updated. It's all dope. Shout out to everyone in the room. Already have a bunch of comments coming in, bigging up our guest today, Lonestarrmuzik. I'm going to bring him in a second. But first of all, I see a lot of conversation happening in the chat about BeatStars promo. Shout out to Cloud9 Music. He's going to be a guest shortly. He always kind of holds court in the chat room anyway. So shout out to him for sharing his experiences always. But having said that, there's a new post on the BeatStars blog about increasing visibility with BeatStars Promote. And I haven't read it yet, but check it out, beatstars.world/blogs. Hopefully that gets pasted into the chat by Sydney. Shout out to Sydney, the puppet master, pulling the strings behind the scenes. Okay, I don't see it there. I will paste it in the chat. I'm capable. There we go. So definitely check out the BeatStars blog for new features and new information. And now, without any further delay, rather than welcoming my guest, I removed myself from the stream. What's going down, Lonestarrmuzik? How you feel?
What it do, man? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Already. What's good?
This is actually the first time that we've spoken in person. So I appreciate you taking the time to do this today.
Man, thank you for having me, brother.
Yeah, of course. How is 2021? We're halfway through. How has it been treating you so far?
Man, bro, it's been great, man. I kind of been, you know what I'm saying, keeping up with the same habits that I've been keeping up with, you know what I'm saying, during the pandemic, bro. You know what I'm saying, keeping my activity as far as like walking and taking care of my health and stuff, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, it's been blessed, bro. I've been blessed, man.
Did you change some lifestyle, some parts of your lifestyle as a result of the pandemic?
Not really. You know what I'm saying? As a producer, bro, we kind of introverts anyway. You know what I'm saying? So not too much change, you know what I'm saying? But you know.
But in terms of health, exercise, that kind of thing, was
yeah. I mean,
like a wake-up call?
Yeah, for sure. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I was kind of like going so hard, just kind of focusing on music and stuff like that, you know, chasing placements and shit. And you know what I'm saying, I kind of let my health get a little bit out of control. And I mean, yeah, you know, I tapped in, bro, just started walking every day, bro, and got me an Apple Watch, and I was like, shit, I'm gonna go. You know what I'm saying? On some Forrest Gump shit.
No, definitely. I just posted a picture of me with like a thing in my arm from when I got my physical exam. So I'm trying to, you know, I made a joke about it, but a lot of people were like, get well soon. And I'm like, damn. I'm almost worried because I think people automatically think you're sick when you're, you know, getting tests done. And it's like, no, that's preventive. So I don't get sick. So I'm monitoring my health. So hopefully fewer people will be confused by that kind of image and just, you know, go out and take care of themselves more, because it's crazy. Like a lot of people are losing their lives, some because of preventable things, some because of unpreventable illnesses, but you don't want to see any of that.
No, for real.
So let's get into your background, because I admit I've been hearing your name forever. I don't know too much based on my limited interaction with you. I know what I've done, what I've gathered from the research. So I want to talk about all that. But starting from the beginning, how long have you been making beats?
Man, I started out making beats in like 2006, man. So it's been about 15 years, bro. You know.
Okay, so you've been making beats for a while. What did you start on?
FL Studio 6, I think. It was either 7 or 6, one of them, yeah. Like I fooled around with 3.5 like earlier, you know what I'm saying? But like diving in was like FL6.
Who was your inspiration at that time to even start and then continue focusing on it?
Man, it was quite a few people, you know what I'm saying? Of course, you know, the legends, you know what I'm saying, the Dr. Dre's, the, you know, RZA's, you know what I'm saying, everybody that, you know, we grew up listening to. But one of them, quite a few of them was my cousin, you know what I'm saying? RIP my cousin B Bush and my cousin KD. And another friend of mine named by the name of Too Much, you know what I'm saying? You know, he was a local producer in the city who had success with the row. And I grew up with him, you know what I'm saying, went to school with him, or not went to school with him, but just grew up around him. And I used to go and record at his crib when I was rapping and stuff. And just seeing him make beats just kind of, you know, got me interested to dive in, bro. You know what I'm saying? Especially after his success with the Ice Cream Paint Job record. I was like, well, let me try this. You know what I'm saying?
I've been interviewing a couple producers recently that all intimated during the interviews that they were rappers at one point. Was that kind of like a gateway drug for you into production?
Yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, I think that's how it starts, bro. That's how it starts. You pick something. If you break dance, you know what I'm saying, DJ or something, it'll lead into something. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was my gateway for sure.
Do you think that helps as you're making beats now, given that you started as a rapper? It's like you're making the beats that you would want to rap to?
Yeah, definitely. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you know if you got that's how I know like say for instance like somebody like Ross, right? Like I know this nigga Ross will probably make some cold beats, bro, because his beat selection was just crazy. You know what I mean? So like I always had an ear for it, you know what I'm saying, just liking certain styles of production, you know what I'm saying, and knowing that I gotta emulate this shit or you know what I'm saying? So yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I definitely want to talk more about your production process and dive a little deeper into that. When did you know that music was your career? What confirmed that for you?
Mm. Uh in terms of like just going after it or just, you know what I'm saying, just like
When it happened, when it was clear that this was your career, was it a moment of some sort of financial change where now you're supporting yourself solely off of income generated from music? When did that happen? What was that moment like?
Man, hmm. I quit my job like in 2015 and selling beats online, bro. You know what I'm saying? I started out on actually I started out on, you know what I'm saying, I don't know if I can say the competitor, but you know what I'm saying, SoundClick back in the G. You know what I mean? And never really had success with it. But a couple of friends of mine kind of gave me an approach, you know what I'm saying, as far as like posting type beats on YouTube and shit like that. And that's when I started taking it serious and it became a career for me. You know what I'm saying? So selling beats online on BeatStars and stuff like that. That's really when it became, you know what I'm saying, legit for me. When I made my UPS salary, selling beats online, I was like, okay, this is it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, you were at UPS prior to that then.
Yeah, yeah.
How did you get to the point where you could balance your work schedule with making beats? Because a lot of people watching, want to quit their jobs or at least achieve what you achieved, where they're making as much off of music as they would at their 9 to 5. But a lot of them are intimidated by the prospect of having to balance all the demands of being a full-time beat maker with continuing to work the job, and I know that being from experience, being a full-time producer, beat maker takes a lot of time.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, it wasn't that much of a challenge balancing it. But I think I had saw an interview, bro, with this guy M16. And M16 was like, either you're gonna go all the way in, or you know what I'm saying, you're gonna keep getting half results. So doing it, I'm not gonna lie, like I had a lot of, I got a lot of placements, you know what I'm saying, doing it halfway. But when it came out, like when 2015 came and I was like, man, I'm finna go all in, you know what I'm saying? I don't care. That's when I started getting like the results, you know what I'm saying? So it's like it's nothing wrong with balancing it with a job and stuff like that. But I think if you really want to make it your life, you gotta like go 100% in, all or nothing. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you
All that.
pointed out that that you were getting, because you said you were getting placements while you were still working a job, but that wasn't paying all of your bills. And I think a lot of people have this perception, a lot of producers, that the second you get a placement, you're in there and you're just good.
Yeah,
What was that like? Because it must have been an interesting dynamic knowing that, you know, you're getting, because I'm assuming you're talking about major placements with bigger artists, and then people might have been looking at you differently, and maybe you got some illusions shattered at that point yourself, where you're like, damn, I'm supposed to be a millionaire right now. What's happening?
Well, I didn't know what to expect. I you know what I'm saying? Like when the, you know, my first placement with a major with an artist that was on a major label was this guy named Louisiana Cash, man. And like he was blowing up through Texas, you know what I'm saying, through Louisiana, you know, just the chitlin circuit. And he had a song called Walk With a Dip. I did his second single. He was signed with Jive at the time.
Oh yeah, I used to play that record in the club like crazy. Walk With a Dip.
Yeah, man. Yo, so I was like, man, this is gonna be life changing, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I remember waiting on that. No, actually, I didn't even get no money off of that record at all, other than just the advance. You know what I'm saying? So that was like, okay, this is real. You know what I'm saying? Like I got an advance from. I don't even think I dealt with the label. I think they just paid me out. You know what I'm saying? But the time that I did, started to see like ASCAP royalties and shit like that, was this record that I did with this guy named Two Pistols, called I Don't Care, that was featuring 2 Chainz. And that was my first time I saw like a ASCAP royalty check. I'm like, whoa, this, you know what I'm saying? I thought it was gonna be bigger than what it was, but it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? It got me some gas to get to work, you know what I'm saying? Back, you know what I'm saying? So, but it's, you know, yeah, man. Sometimes people can get that, you know. I had some really tough, not some really hard learning moments, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I thought it was gonna be this way. And it definitely wasn't that way, man.
I don't want to dwell on the negative, but what were some moments like that? What was one memorable moment like that where you felt like you had a wake up call and you learned something from that maybe not so positive experience, but it was something that taught you something valuable?
The Louisiana Cash, it was okay. The record that I did with Louisiana Cash, it was a kid named Lil Nico, because Jive, right? The second single was supposed to come out with Jive, but they ended up like dropping Louisiana Cash, and once they ended up dropping him, we had a second chance because of Louisiana Cash relationships. So he knew this guy named DeMar Jackson that he went to Grambling with, and DeMar at the time was an A&R at Def Jam, and they had signed this kid named Lil Nico. If you know you're not familiar with Lil Nico, he was on Jermaine Dupri's show, I think, or something like that a couple years ago. And yeah, man, we had Louisiana Cash sold that single to that kid that was supposed to be his second single. And you know, he ended up putting like, you know, Cali Swag District on there. So we was like, oh man, this is gonna be crazy, bro. He's talking about Chuck Taylor's, like he finna get advertising, all this crazy stuff, bro. You know what I'm saying? But the song completely went nowhere, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it was kind of a letdown, because I was like, damn, we put all this energy into it, all this momentum into it, and for it to come back and finally be a situation with Def Jam, it's like, damn, this is gonna be huge, it's gonna be major. And it didn't do what it was supposed to do. I don't even think I got paid by Def Jam neither. You know what I'm saying? My advance, you know what I'm saying? It was a mess. You know what I'm saying?
What inspired you to continue? Because those are the types of letdowns that a lot of people would take as a sign to just give up, and you clearly didn't, and there was better for you in the future. What pushed you past those hard situations?
I don't know, man. I just never looked at it like, I don't know, bro. I always try to stay optimistic. You know what I mean? Like even in what seems to be the worst of situations, like I just always keep a positive outlook and just keep it moving. I just take them as lessons. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lesson and it wasn't my time. You know what I mean? So I never really tripped on anything like that or necessarily quit. I always, you know, the passion was the passion, you know what I'm saying? And my why was my why. So, you know, anything that kind of like happened in business, it never really stirred me off course too much, where I just feel like, man, fuck this shit, I'm gonna quit. You know what I'm saying? I just keep going.
So the placements came before leasing beats online.
No, actually, I started out like on SoundClick like in 07. No, yeah, 07. And I didn't get that major placement until like the Louisiana Cash in 09, the Two Pistols and Two Chains record was in 2012. And then, you know, so I started out, my origins has always been selling beats online.
Okay. Because your name has come up a couple of times in my interviews with Rock T.
Yeah, shout out to Rock T, little bro.
Yeah, definitely shout out to him. But he told me you were a mentor and an inspiration for selling beats online. So, what are some of the pointers that you give? Because I'm sure he's not the only person that you inspired or mentored. How did you link up with him, and what led you to give him so much advice?
Man, it was really just me paying it forward, bro. Because a few friends of mine actually looked out for me on that front too. Like I wasn't necessarily like, I gave it a second go round after I kind of like didn't do what I wanted to do with the SoundClick stuff. Two friends of mine, Z Will, who goes by Blue Magic Co, and D Artiste, they kind of schooled me on how to sell beats online and put me onto the YouTube grind. And once they put me onto the YouTube grind, I think it was like 2017 when I linked up with Rock T. And I've been knowing Rock T for, man, it's been a minute. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see him in person until 2017, but he was always just like a huge fan. He'd be on my SoundCloud because of his older cousin I used to work at UPS with. And so when I linked up with him, I saw his work ethic. I heard his beats. And at first he was doing like remixes on YouTube. So like I told him, I said, hey man, you sure making a lot of beats, and you know what? Try this approach instead of, you know, doing remixes on YouTube. Like try to type beat stuff. I want to see how far you can get with it, you know, and kind of just you know, hip them to the SEO stuff, like search engine optimization stuff, and you know, just doing the hashtag, I mean not the hashtags but the keywords and all that stuff, man. And man, he took off running, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's, you know, in the gist, in a nutshell, how me and Rock T, or me giving the game to Rock T.
Has your YouTube strategy changed with all the changes that YouTube has made over the last couple of years?
Just a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like now I'm putting the hashtags above the, you know, you put it down there in the description and stuff like that. It's probably a little bit more that I could brush up on, because like when I started to like work in the industry, I kind of let my YouTube and my you know, I didn't maintain my website as much as I should have, but I've always kept up with it enough to know, okay, they're doing this now, or they're doing this now, and you try to implement these things. So I try to implement some of the stuff that's current. I don't know it all now, you know what I'm saying? Just enough.
Do the placements, all the industry stuff that you're doing, does that complement what you're doing online? Does it help drive traffic to your beat store? Do you sell more, would you say, when you're able to promote, you know, big placement or something like that?
Man, it's you know what? I can do a lot better with it. I haven't really necessarily took advantage of it like I should in promoting my stuff like that. Here recently I have, probably a little bit more than I did for the past couple years. But I would love to. I would love to drive more traffic based off of, because I want to continue to still do both of them. You know what I'm saying? Like now with technology and where it's going, bro, it's like, you know, the money in the industry is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But the money online, you know, you can create a nice living. So I mean, for the most part, it's still generating something. You know what I'm saying? But I haven't all the way, you know what I'm saying, utilized that to my advantage.
So right now, for your current situation, your revenue model is more skewed towards placements. So you're getting more money off the placements right now than the beat leasing, or is it kind of even?
It's kind of even.
Okay.
It's kind of even. Yeah.
Yeah. So why abandon one for the other, right?
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So let's talk industry then. You can't really get bigger than this. You were on 2 consecutive Eminem albums. That's a few plaques. So I have a lot of questions about that. It looks as though both beats were team efforts.
Yes.
But the common denominator for both is S1, who I've had on here before.
Yes. Yes.
Shout out to S1. What's your relationship with S1?
Man, that's my big bro, man. That's my mentor. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, he is my entryway to having major opportunities in the industry. I linked up with S in like 2017. But I always seen him throughout the throughout the years, just being out in events in the city. You know what I'm saying? We both live out here in Dallas. So just always seeing him out at events, always saying hi, you know what I'm saying, respectfully. I think it was like one event in like 2017, man. He pulled me to the side and, you know, he was kind of observing and watching what I was doing, building my brand. And he was like, man, I would love to, you know, collaborate with you and work with you on some stuff. So ever since then, man, it's, you know, been locked in, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. So then let's talk about how those collaborations took form. How did the first Eminem track you and S1 collaborated on, which was Normal on the Kamikaze album, come together?
Man, crazy thing about it, you know, I had started that idea. I started that idea in 2016. I started that idea in 2016 on my YouTube channel. Actually, I was promoting the drum kit and I was messing around with it, but I didn't finish it until later. You know what I'm saying? Or messed around with it until later. And then, like in July 2017, I sent S the idea, and he was like, "Bro, this is pretty unique." You know what I'm saying? And he touched it up. You know what I'm saying? And did what he did to it. And shoot, I want to say in the end of 2017, because this was right when M dropped not Kamikaze, Revival. He was locked in with Royce, working on stuff with Royce, and then Marshall started to, you know, hey man, sending over some ideas, and we started sending over ideas, and that was one of them. And yeah, it blew my mind when he picked that one. I was like, that, like, he fuck with that, you know what I'm saying? But hey, that's how it happened, man. The wild card.
Yeah, so that wasn't a beat that you would have expected Eminem to buy from you.
Not at all, bro. Not at all. I'm probably thinking more or less somebody like Lil Xan would have jumped on it or something. You know what I'm saying? Like a happy beat, a fun beat.
And you've produced for Lil Xan.
Yes, that was like one of the first placements that me and S1 collaborated on.
Okay, so after that, it was kind of like, all right, yeah, this team thing is working out.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, so then the most recent track you produced for Eminem. Congratulations on all this, by the way, because these are, you know, great commercial successes as well as critically acclaimed albums. But
thank you.
The most recent track you produced for Eminem is called Discombobulated, and it was off of the Music to Be Murdered By album. That's another collab with S1, but someone else is credited on that beat along with you, which is the legendary Dr. Dre. I know there's a story there. What's that story? How did that happen?
Man, it's crazy because like, okay, with the discombobulated beat, I probably made that beat like. It's funny because both of these situations, like the beats was damn near 2 years old, right before it finally seen the light of day. So like the beat for discombobulated was created in July of 2018. So a month before Kamikaze came out, because like at the end of that month, we were just shooting a shit ton of ideas, bro. Just trying to land more on Kamikaze, bro. And M stay recording, bro. He stay recording all the time. And so that idea was just sitting for a good little minute, bro. And so whenever Kamikaze came out, it's crazy. He had hit Tracy had hit Larry or S1 and said, "Hey, these ideas, put these to the side." You know what I'm saying? And hold on to these beats. And it was like that and a few other joints, bro. And so once he recorded to it, he just sat on the idea, and it was actually supposed to go on the first. Well, I believe it was gonna go on the first Music to Be Murdered By, but it didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? So when it came around for the deluxe, they just I completely forgot about the record. You know what I'm saying? By that time, and they told us, "Hey man, we're gonna throw this mug on there the last minute, and it's gonna be like between you." The first part is Dr. Dre. The second part is Black Beethoven. Shout out to Black Beethoven. And you know what I'm saying, me, S, and Frano on the last one. So that's how it happened, bro. It really just happened like on hey, this record, we're gonna slide it in on this, you know what I'm saying, type shit. So it just happened, you know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. Yeah, and that's another plaque. So did you get the plaque for that one, for the Music to Be Murdered By yet?
I haven't got it yet, man. Them things is expensive, bro.
Yeah, I mean okay, so Kamikaze one that you got, you didn't just get the regular plaque. You got like the $500, $600 one, because you got the nice one with the it's oriented horizontally, and it has the over 1 million. So I know that project is at, I think, triple platinum now, right?
Man, I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's higher than one. I don't. Maybe I shouldn't talk because I don't know. I can look it up after this. But you got the big one with the nice lettering, and I saw that S1 got the same one. So it's kind of like, why would you get the basic one and everyone else has the nice one? But yeah, a lot of people don't know you got to pay for those, and then you find out, and you could probably get the Billboard one too, because I think it did debut at #1.
Yes, it did.
So that's another $300, because now you need a plaque budget of about $1,000 every time. You know what I mean? That's crazy. I mean, that's just a week of selling beats online, and you spend it all on plaques.
Yeah, real spill, man. But shout out to S1 because they purchased that plaque for me, bro. That was like they gifted me that plaque. So that was very generous of them to do that, bro. That was awesome.
When you say they, you mean him and his wife, or
him and his wife Teresa, man.
Because they're a whole team, and she's in management now. And I guess it doesn't hurt that also her son is a dope producer. So
yeah, shout out to Vaughn, man.
Are you involved in their management team now at this point?
I mean, yeah, for the most part, yeah. Like Teresa definitely do a lot for the team, and she do a lot for the squad, bro. So it's like, yeah, like technically, yeah, bro.
Yeah, the next interview I have with S1, I want to get her on just to talk about management, and a lot of producers don't even know what goes into managing a producer. So
oh yeah,
I would certainly love to hear, what she has to deal with on her side of the equation.
Oh man, she get it done, bro. She the GOAT for real.
But she doesn't have a background in that, right? That was something that she learned on the fly, and she took it upon herself. I mean, like all of us, like making beats, but it's that seems more intimidating for us as creatives. We can make beats because it's fun. The hard part is negotiating the contracts and understanding, what these terms mean, communicating with the attorneys, that kind of thing. So, but I'll be damned if there's any manager out there that's gonna go harder for me than a spouse or a partner, because
right,
because that money is shares. So
bro. It makes sense, man. It makes sense. That's the hey, man. They're the mold, bro. Like I would love to have a situation like that at some point in my life, bro. For real.
Yeah, because like even I'm just thinking about relationships I've been in. I'm like, you got to sometimes calm your significant other down. Like if the waitress brings you the wrong plate at the restaurant, and like I can't even think how they would react if they received a lowball offer from a label or something.
Man,
that's all bad. So I'm curious about something, because you're still based in Dallas, right?
Yes.
So did you ever consider, or did you ever try moving to New York or Los Angeles or Atlanta, someplace that's more of a music industry hub?
Nah. Well, I had a friend or two that told me to, come out. I stayed with my homie Cal Banks, man, for like a month. Just trying out LA to see how I liked it. It's pretty fast paced, fam. So I kind of like staying in Dallas, you know what I mean, and then just going and traveling out and working like that, bro. Like it's too much. It can be a bit much, fam. Like going to New York or going to LA. And I granted, I get it. A lot of the businesses, the business is happening out that way like that, but man, I'd rather stay Dallas based, come back home, get my work in, stay focused. Then when it's time to, go slide for opportunities, pop up, and to get back home.
Because S1 is still in Texas, and I believe is Cardo Got Wings still in Texas?
Yep, Cardo still stay out here, I believe.
Because that was a point that he made when the last time I spoke to him at a seminar for like this presentation thing. He was proud of the fact that he didn't move to get, like he's producing Drake #1s.
Yeah, bro.
From wherever he is. But then I guess so is Oz, right? He's from Switzerland. I want to interview him, and he plays too much because he'll be tweeting. I want to do more interviews, and everyone's tagging me. I'm like, yeah, let's do it, and then I never get a reply. But
right,
that's just interesting to me, because I'm like you, where I feel like I should have moved at one point, and then I keep thinking I kind of missed the Atlanta boat because everybody's out there now.
Yeah.
And I don't, in LA, I'm on your team, where I'm like, I've done LA, and it just didn't feel. I love New York. I just LA, I don't know, but
yeah, it's a bit much, man. It's a bit much, bro.
Yeah, this is everyone knows the S1 Gladys Knight story. I don't know why. That's a good story. That's the story where didn't he go to her house or something, and she gave him a Corona and was like, all right, let's work. And that was it.
Man, she popped up at his crib, man. They worked on that album at his house, man. That was crazy.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. Maybe that was some other like legendary soul singer that he worked with, but I know the Kirk Franklin stuff was crazy too.
Yeah, Kirk Franklin was hard.
But that's not who the story was. It was a woman. So you practice, and I've noticed this on your social media, you practice a lot of abundance and gratitude.
Yes, indeed.
And I don't want to get into metaphysics because I know it's not for everybody, but let's say somebody wanted to know more, what would you recommend for them? As just kind of like an entry level kind of thing.
Entry level? Man, what shifted my mindset to really kind of just chase my dreams, bro, and kept me going was Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And actually it was the you know, my introduction to Napoleon Hill was actually through Dr. Dennis Kimbrough. So it was Think and Grow Rich, a Black choice that I tapped into first. And, you know, listening to that every day, you know what I'm saying, and reading As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. Those are the two big key books that really shifted my mindset and got me locked in, you know, on chasing my dreams.
Yeah, actually, my cousin gave me that book, so shout out Ricky Jackson. But
So
that was definitely at the beginning of that whole journey. I checked, so I know you said that you've kind of fallen back from uploading too regularly online, but I did check your BeatStars page and I did the math, and you get around nearly 2,000 plays per beat that you do upload to BeatStars, which is a good number. How do you drive traffic to your beat leasing store? Was it mostly YouTube? Was it Instagram? I know you're active on social media. What would you say is the best way that's worked for you?
both, definitely YouTube and Instagram, but mainly YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
What's your Instagram strategy? Because I don't really talk to too many people. I know Tattoo Beats has a very interesting strategy where he'll do a beat giveaway on Instagram and he'll post multiple videos, and then it's a contest where you pick the one that you like the best and so forth, and that drives traffic. What's your Instagram approach?
Man, I'm gonna be honest, bro. I really don't be having any strategy, bro. I don't be having any strategy, man. You know, I'll post like, you know, a current beat that I've made or something. You know what I'm saying? And somebody will like it, and they'll go to the page and check it out. You know what I'm saying? But I really don't be doing any giveaways, man. Like I probably need to tap into that a little bit more. Because a couple of my homies also do it too. You know. And it's working for them, you know what I'm saying? But man, I be so random with my stuff, man. You know, I don't know, man.
This is kind of a stereotype, but what's your favorite barbecue?
Man, my favorite barbecue, bro. Man, I like chopped beef sandwiches, bro. Yeah, bro. I don't really.
You chose option D.
Yeah, man, brisket. You know what I'm saying? Chopped beef sandwiches. Yeah, I guess the same thing. You just chop it up. You know?
Okay, so that's still option A. All right.
Yeah,
we're good. We're staying on board with all the Texas stereotypes.
Man.
You spoke earlier about he always has to get one in. You spoke earlier about events and going out to events with S1, and that's how you did a lot of networking.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously things are different now with the pandemic. What are some other ways that you've networked with people in meaningful ways?
Man, jumping in Discords, you know what I'm saying, and linking with people through that, collaborating, man, collaborating with people online and stuff like that. You know, just you know, without having to go out and you know, risk it all, man. Just utilizing the internet to the most, you know what I'm saying.
What's some advice that you can give to, because you mentioned that a lot of producers are introverts. Some of us aren't, and I feel like the extrovert producers, like the South Sides or like the band plays, people like that, they end up in really front and center sort of positions, and I think that has a lot to do with their personalities.
Definitely.
For those of us who are introverts, what are some or just anyone in general, what are some pointers for networking? Because we're talking about actually communicating with other humans, you know. So and first impressions, which you can only make once. What are some tips?
For introverts, I mean, I just utilize the internet to my advantage. You know what I'm saying? Being an introvert, bro, like that's really what you know. Granted, I could say you know, going out to events and seeing S, but one thing, like he noticed, you know, my consistency from me posting beats online. You know what I mean? He would check my SoundCloud, or he would check my you know, check my Instagram, you know what I'm saying, and just saw how consistent my work was. So that was always the advantage for me, just posting shit online, because I don't never go out to events, or you know, just be out like that. So yeah, just utilizing the internet and utilizing the internet to your advantage, you know what I'm saying, and building genuine connections through that. I used to jump on Ustream back in the day, you know, when Maestro would have Maestro TV, man. And I got connected with a lot of people through that. I got connected with a lot of people through the earlier stages of Twitter and all that stuff, man. So just utilizing the internet is how I build my relationships rather than going out and connecting with people.
Okay, what's a genuine connection? Because I'll say this too, and I'll make statements to the effect of, you know, if you're trying to network with me, it starts with a conversation. So I'll end up getting a DM right away after that saying, "Hey, how are you today? Is everything good? Cool. Here's my link." Yeah. I'm just like, no, that's not really what I meant. Right. So what's a genuine connection, and what's a strategy, or what's something to keep in mind as you network as a producer in the business?
Oh man, just really just you know, just finding out what people relate, you know. I mean, what's relatable between you and that person, right? Like, I like this, I like that. You know, and I always like I said, when I saw S1, man, I never asked that man for an opportunity, bro. You know what I'm saying? Or begged that man to listen to my beats. You know what I'm saying? Whenever I see him out, I just say hi, man. You know, chop it up with him on some regular stuff, man, and keep it moving, bro. Yeah, that's how you. It got to be organic. It always got to be organic, man. So don't do too much. You know what I'm saying? Too much crazy stuff by sending niggas links after you say hi, bro. Like, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny because you never asked S1 to listen to any beats, and now you got 3 plaques with him or something crazy. Yeah. At least 3, right?
Yeah, damn near. You know what I'm saying? We're working on it. We're working on it. But yeah,
well,
man.
Little Xan, that was a plaque, right?
Oh, it's crazy because man, shout out to DJ Fool. DJ Fool had told me that it's close. You know what I'm saying? So it might be becoming gold. You know what I'm saying? At some time. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's crazy because his single was successful. I think that was multi-platinum.
Yeah, his singles definitely went. Yeah, his single went for sure.
I guess with the streaming equivalent, it is funny because you'll see an album that you didn't like. The one of the plaques I had no idea that I didn't think it was gonna go gold. And it just kept getting streamed, and those numbers just kept building up. And there it was. Yeah. It's I like it. I like the way that that part of the new industry works. A lot of the other parts are kind of royalty systems, but at least we get our plaques, but we got to pay for them.
Yeah, man.
With our non-existent royalties.
Right.
So let's talk creative process. Say you open up FL Studio, it's a blank project. How do you approach making a beat?
Sometimes I mean, here recently, for the past few years, since there's a lot of collaborating going on, I reach into sample packs, you know what I'm saying, of friends of mine, and just use their ideas and just build drums around it, you know what I'm saying. So that's my process. It's really simple: finding a dope melody, and then just building a unique drum rhythm on top of it and sending it out, you know what I'm saying. So it's real simple, you know.
What are some of your favorite plugins to use? The ones that you find yourself using time and time again in a bunch of beats?
Here recently, it's been everything in a rolling cloud, man. I like the rolling cloud stuff, man. The Juno, the Juno 60 and the Juno 106, you know, all of the old vintage stuff, man. Even the TR 808 stuff, man. I've been using that a lot recently too.
Because it's fun because you can just trigger the 808 with whatever controls you have. Do you program your drums? Because I know you have a couple of control surfaces and
Yeah.
pad controllers, what do you tend to use for drum programming?
Oh yeah, I click it. You know what I'm saying? I click it. Still, even though I had an MP, sometimes I use the MP sometimes just to get that feel. But for the most part, I click it in, bro. I click it in.
You click everything in, melodies included?
Not melodies. You know what I'm saying? I play those out, but yeah, I click it in the drum sequencing and all that.
Did you have any kind of formal musical training before you got into making beats?
Hell no, fam. I just listened to. I guess you could say, just listening to music growing up is what really trained my taste and trained my ear. That's it. I ain't go to no school to play or none of that stuff, bro. I didn't pick up playing with an instrument or playing music until I was in my 20s. You know what I'm saying?
What helped you learn and develop the musicality of your production process?
I say just studying, just listening to albums, like not even knowing when I was young, just listening to songs, like I'm dissecting it, you know what I'm saying, and breaking down, certain elements in the song. Like man, I remember when I was like 15, bro, and like I think Lloyd Banks' "Hunger for More" came out, and like I listened to "I'm So Fly" like 50 million times, bro, breaking down what Timberland and Danger did to it. And I was like, wow, just in amaze. Like, shit is crazy, the best thing ever, bro. So really just dissecting and listening to music like that.
That's interesting because a lot of people who are listeners of music aren't listening at that level
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
Even producers, it's just it's interesting that at 15 you were analyzing music in this way that your brain is kind of reverse engineering it.
Yeah.
I wonder how. I guess it just happened to you naturally, because for a lot of people, myself included, we love music, but we have to really have an internal conversation with ourselves where it's like, all right, from now on, you have to listen to music in a completely different way if you want to learn how to make it. It's not the same kind of listening anymore. This is funny. Someone said Lloyd Banks' "Karma's Hot Too." Shout out to G Bang. He's from my city. The guy that produced that was my inspiration.
Dope.
So I'm like, he went platinum. I can get a plaque.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, man. Nah, that's damn, I forgot what I was gonna say, man. But I mean, no, it's the same similar approach I took when I was learning to rap. You know what I mean? I would just listen to the words and the cadences and how they, would do that rhythm. So when I went into trying to learn the beats, I just stopped listening to words and just started listening to the beats. You know what I'm saying?
So when I notice and when I listen to your production and analyze it, the drums always feel organic and natural, but they also hit super hard in the mix. What are some tips for programming and mixing your drums that you can share?
It's all in the levels. It's all in the levels. Even with certain bounce, right? Like having the hi-hats velocity at a certain level, and man, it's all in the levels, bro. You can make shit sound like as natural as possible, bro. You know what I'm saying? And like I'm really like I'm a stickler for that, bro. Like I'm real OCD when it comes to like programming drums in that sense, bro. Like I try to find it and make it feel as natural, shifted, but it's all in the levels, bro. Especially for it to sound as loud as possible. I make sure that the instrumentation is way lower than the drums. You know what I'm saying? Because the instrumentation is always going to be heard. It's the same thing with hi-hats too. Like your hi-hats shouldn't be up too crazy neither, because it's a higher resonant sound. So like it's going to cut through the mix regardless. But the kick is on top of every damn thing. And then from the kick, it goes to the snare. And from the snare, it goes to the, the 808. And then from the 808, the hi-hats is up under there. And then the music is up under that shit.
So you're not drowning your drums with plugins, and it's really all just gain staging.
That's it. If you look at my sessions, bro, I don't even have a lot of mixing shit on my shit anymore. You know what I'm saying? No EQ, barely EQ, because a lot of these sounds come out the pack sounding clean now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's no point to even and then plus, you know, dealing and being in the, you know, dealing with people in the industry, they let them people do their job. Man, the engineer gonna come through and clean it up and mix it and make it sound as amazing as possible. You know what I'm saying? And take it to a whole different other level. So at some point, I just stopped giving a damn, just start leveling really.
Okay. So what are some of your favorite drum kits other than your own? Because I know a lot of people are shouting those out in the chat.
Man, my favorite drum kit is man, that dude Foreign Tech, bro. He's not a sound designer, but he curates some pretty good kits, bro. Like Foreign Tech really, like his sound selection is ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'll probably say a lot of the songs that's out today is probably you gonna find a Foreign Tech sound up in that bitch somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, really just Foreign Tech stuff. Jake One stuff. Man, shout out to you. I just bought your kit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow, I appreciate that. I had no idea you did that.
Man.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just bought that joint. S1 kits was crazy. Trying to think who kits I really be. Shout out to my homie Miggy Music, 888 Wave. I love his sample packs. Kelvin Wooten. I love his sample packs. And my homie Coop the Truth. Coop the Truth got some crazy sample packs too.
You have a series of sample packs as well, and Loop 12 was collaborative because I saw Dylan Graham's name on it, and he was on here recently.
Shout out to him. I used his his melody to kind of like, you know,
as a demo.
Yeah, it was a demo. You know what I'm saying? So all Loop 12 is just a slew of drum loops. You know what I'm saying? It's like 50 drum loops in the pack, man. And yeah, man, I use Dylan. Dylan shit is crazy too. Shout out to Dylan, man. Like I love that pack, man. I love all their packs.
And you're selling that kit on your BeatStars page, right?
Yes, it's on my BeatStars page. I also got a new one coming out soon on the 30th, man, called Big Pockets, and it's the same, you know, just a slew of drum loops in it.
Cool. What's your daily routine? I know you spoke about walking, and I know you spoke about kind of changing your lifestyle a little bit over the last year and a half. Do you have a daily routine?
Yeah, definitely, man. My daily routine, I get up early in the morning, kind of like have an hour of power to myself in terms of just really just like sitting and kind of just meditating. And then I kind of like, I need to do this the day before, but like I'll write my day out, and then, just go about doing, what I'm going to do throughout the day, which entails walking. I'll walk a few miles, and then I'll, get to, once I get done with walking, I'll get to the crib, just start working on music and, keep it going, but it's the simple, my habits is pretty simple, bro. It's the same routine every day, bro. It's hour power, walking, make music, go to bed. You know what I'm saying?
Do you set the quota or weekly quota goals for yourself in terms of productivity? For example, I'm going to make 2 beats today or every day, or I'm going to make 3 loops every day, that kind of thing.
You know what's funny? I tried that shit. I kind of just let the habit be the I let my habits help me, bro, rather than being goal oriented or goal driven, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think the habit trumps that. If you do habits every day, bro, it's just gonna build and build. You know what I'm saying? Like I found myself under a lot of pressure when I try to set, you know what I'm saying, like goals of doing certain stuff, and then like I don't hit the target. You know what I'm saying? So I just let my habits always rule over that.
What would you say is the biggest obstacle in your own process as a music creator that you've either had to overcome or that you're in the process of overcoming?
Ooh wee, man, that's a lot. Probably for me is personally imposter syndrome. You know what I'm saying? That's an obstacle to overcome, because sometimes, like, I know when I started to like work in the industry, bro, sometimes I kind of felt like I wasn't worthy to be in those rooms. You know what I'm saying? And I will put a lot of crazy pressure on myself, bro, for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So like overcoming that obstacle, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's just really just being confident in what I do, and knowing that, my gift is what got me here. You know what I'm saying?
What led you to resolve that within yourself?
Man, therapy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Really tapping into that. Like I really suggest, you know what I'm saying, or recommend that a lot of people, tap into that, bro. And kind of deal with some of those challenging things that'll kind of stop you from progressing forward in your life, bro. Because it's rooted in a lot of, you know what I'm saying, whatever experience you've experienced as a kid, bro, or whatever.
Yeah. I agree with that. Running out of time. I know there are some technical questions in the chat coming in. A lot of it centers around headphones. What is your mixing setup like? What are you referencing in?
Man, I got some OLED KRK8s, and you know what I'm saying, I'm coming out the Apollo. You know what I'm saying? In my headphones, I got the Audio Technicas, and some Yamaha joints, but man, yeah, that's it. I keep it simple, bro.
What helped you to train your ears to really learn how to monitor in that setup? And when you are mixing a track, are you going back between your headphones and your monitors? Are you switching between the Yamahas and the KRKs?
Man, you know what? I really don't be checking my mixes in my headphones like that, bro. I used to back in the day. Like if I had like some 5-inch monitors and shit, I would always check my low in my headphones. But at a certain point, when I got the 8s, I just started rocking out with the 8s and just trusting my ear. A lot of the times when I'm referencing mixes, I go to Tidal and listen to some stuff, or just music that I came up off of, and just gauge, where I'm sitting at in the mix off of that.
Bufo has a serious question. Do you have a sub as part of your setup, and do you ever do the car test?
No sub. I haven't did the car test in 10 years.
So for you, referencing is because I want to say, was it Parks? It was either Parks or maybe it was Parks and another person that I had on here. They were saying that the key is just simply learning how to train your ears to whatever system you have. So
Yep.
whatever monitors you have, you just have to reference a whole lot of stuff. Just listen to well-mixed records and learn how a well-mixed record sounds on your speakers. So you're saying that that's what you do as well?
Yep. I just jump on Tidal or jump on Apple Music. I listen to it. Okay, this is what it sounds like coming up out of here. The levels is right, because the Apollo is pretty loud too. So when I listen to what level a certain record is at coming on my Apollo, okay, all right, this is what I'm gonna gauge it off of, and just go from there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the same. Yeah, same similar method.
Okay, cool. Well, we're out of time. People want a part two, so hopefully I can convince you to do that later in the
Man, I'm
year
with
or
it.
early next year. Okay, cool. We got it. That was easy. Um, so last question: how do people follow you? How do people get a hold of you? That kind of thing. Where can they find you?
Man, on all platforms, Lonestarrmuzik. It's LONESTARRMUZIK. It's on everything: YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest, whatever. Man, I'm on it all. But just find me if you can find me on the net. Fam. SoundCloud, whatever.
Well, we appreciate you. Shout out to everyone that tuned in for the whole duration of the hour. And I'll be back next Thursday, same time, same place. Dame will be here on Monday at 3 p.m. Thank you once again, Lone Star. I appreciate
Thank
you. I'll
you.
talk to you very soon.
Thank you, my brother.
All right. Peace, everyone.